What is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where Fire Sports content is the name of the game. I'm your host, Devon. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Last night's game, Packers and Eagles, phenomenal. Saquon Barkley, phenomenal. Josh Jacobs in his debut, he struggled a bit. Jordan Love dealing with that knee injury, that was a tough one. Josh Jacobs in his debut, 16 carries, 84 yards. He did the best he really could for that first game. It's his first game. Not putting too much on both teams. They did what they needed to do. Um, I believe the Packers gave it their best, and it all came down to who wanted it more. You have two high efficiently offensive teams who are great at their craft. They're great at what they do, but the Eagles just shown that they wanted it more. And with the Packers in mind, Jordan Love, 17 of 34, 260 yards, two touchdowns, one interception. In the beginning of the game, it was really more so of field goals for the Packers. They made two field goals in the game, which put them up by six, put them at 6 points. So they struggled a bit starting off, trying to get the ball down the field and get that touchdown. But once they started to click, Jordan Love, with his two touchdown passes to Reed, his touchdown pass to Watson, and then there was one play where Jordan Love, he tried so hard to make a play, he ended up overthrowing his receiver, which was Watson, and ended up being a pick. And so their passing game was very successful for them. And I moving forward for the Packers. Hopefully, I wish Jordan Love a speedy recovery because he is the guy that they need. You start to see in that game, you seen glimpses of Aaron Rodgers, and because he's been around Aaron Rodgers and he learned from Aaron Rodgers. So you see a lot of glimpses of that and what he was able to do. Defensively for the Packers, two interceptions, one from McKinney and one from Alexander. They could have had a third interception with Nixon on that play when Jalen Hurts threw the ball. I believe he was trying to get the ball to um, AJ Brown, and it ended up almost being a pick. It went right through the hands of the Packers defender, and it was an incomplete pass. That was a safe one. They did recover a fumble, and Jalen Hurts needed to do a better job of protecting the football. And so they also got a sack on him. And, they disrupted the Packers defensively did disrupt the Eagles passing game. They did make it too harder to where the Eagles had to adjust in the second half and were able to get the outcome that they did, you know, beating the Packers 34-29. But the Eagles, man, the Eagles, moving on to the Eagles. Saquon Barkley. Before I even get into that, question for discussion, are the Eagles destined for greatness this season? Because they got everything. They not only got Saquon, they got Jahan Dotson. They loaded at the receive at the in the receive for receivers. They got the running back and Saquon Barkley, man, 24 carries, 109 yards, three touchdowns. He was a man on the mission and he stole the show. I'm gonna play a clip for y'all right here on Saquon Barkley. Here we go. When you got a running back who not only just runs the ball but can catch the ball like a receiver, oh, you in trouble. Oh, you in trouble. Because did you see what he did? That deep pass down the field from Hurts to Barkley, the connection, the IQ, the accuracy, everything was on point. Barkley already knew what he needed to do. And see, that's the thing. When it came to that, they were just locked in. The Eagles were locked in last night, and they shown that they wanted it more. And so, with them, there were certain situations in the game they had to kick field goals. They kicked a 38-yard field goal, but I do think there's a couple things that needs to be adjusted. The pass protection, there were certain drives, on certain downs and drives, there were times where they need to do a better job, especially in third down situation when the Packers started to get the best of the Eagles offense when it comes to those. those penalties. Sometimes you get a false start. On those penalties, you got to make sure once after you get a penalty, don't make the mistake of not protecting your quarterback, because that was the thing. They had poor pass protection in certain parts of their downs, like I said, third down situations, and also Jalen Hurts needs to be aware. He needs to have better awareness in the pocket. You can't just be in la la land. Looking around. You got to look everywhere. You got to keep your head on the swivel, and that's what cost him the fumble. That's what cost him those. That's what caused the fumble and also getting sacked. And that's what leads to the pass protection. Have to have it. Defensively for the Eagles, they played. I believe the Eagles defense played great. You know, even though the Packers did what they could, the Eagles defense came out on top, disrupting the run game because they didn't see the thing about the Packers is they didn't have anything to fall back on. Their passing game is what helped them. And then, having not having a run game is going to be tough. So they disrupt the run game, and then also the interception Jordan Love threw, who was it was supposed to get the ball was intended for Watson, but it ended up being overthrown and in the hands of Blankership. So credit to the Eagles for going out there and adjusting to the Packers defense, and then also going out and executing and getting the win. Credit to the Packers because they did what they could. I wish Jordan Love a speedy recovery. Malik Willis is a great backup for them. That was a great player that they acquired. That was a great move by the Packers getting Malik Willis, because you know what you're going to get out of him, and he's going to be great himself. So credit to both teams that played their hardest and really was out there trying to win. Saquon Barkley, this is just the beginning. We're going to see more of Saquon Barkley. We're going to see more of the Eagles in these games doing what they did in Brazil, but it's going to be at a higher level. Anyways, that is all for today's episode. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devon, and I'm signing off.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.